Yeah, disappointing outcome. Obviously, it's been a long time since we played. Felt good to be back out there and having an opportunity to play again. And at the same time, we're a team that we have really one day of practice, and very little time to prepare. So we weren't in great shape. We didn't have much rhythm. And we played some guys a lot of minutes, and we played Eliel more minutes than we had anticipated. And we showed some fight down the stretch through some adversity and some frustration. So I was proud of that. And a lot of credit to UT Arlington. They did a good job, executed well, took advantage of some opportunities, and it was a hard fought game down the stretch for us, and just a disappointing outcome. But I do feel like the team is starting to trend in the right direction, and we'll get healthy here in the next couple of weeks, and our best basketball is ahead of us, and so I'm encouraged about that.
Thank you, Coach. At this time, we'll take questions from members of the media.
So the 8 guys that you played tonight were the 8 that were healthy enough to go?
Yes. Again, we didn't anticipate playing Eliel 22 minutes. But you throw him in there, he gets 5 or 6 rebounds, and he's playing hard, and he wants to stay in the game, and he did a nice job. So that's encouraging as we move forward. And Jalen did a great job on the glass and came away with 12 rebounds. That's encouraging. And we were tired. You could tell during the game and the timeouts that we were tired. We normally pick up 94 feet. We were just playing half court. We played more zone than we played all year. And they were tired from that. And understandably so, because we really haven't had much of a chance to play 5-on-5 and get up and down and practice the way we'd like to. So we hope in the days to come that we can get back into a little bit more of a practice routine and get in shape and start to improve as a basketball.
Eliel giving you what he had tonight was like you didn't expect to play him that much, and the effort what he produced, pretty amazing first night out.
Yeah, it's encouraging. I was a little bit scared the one time he dove on a loose ball on the sideline because it's really reminiscent of the play that created the injury in the first place, which tells you a lot about him and who he is and how he attacks the game. So, he's tremendous. We're proud of him. It's good to have him back. His energy is obviously infectious. But we really are a team that needs to get back in shape and get back into a basketball rhythm. And we'll have an opportunity to do that here in the days to come.
It kind of felt like the Mercer game maybe down the stretch in that you had the deficit you were facing and gave yourself a chance, maybe just a couple of plays too short. Did just kind of feel like that?
Yeah, very similar. When you think about it, in some ways, we were coming off a little bit of a pause then. And the Tennessee State game was canceled on that Wednesday. We had just got back from Rhode Island, and we had 7 out of our, 6 or 7 guys, rotation guys out. They practiced on Friday. We played on Saturday in the afternoon game, and it was a similar thing. We made enough shots in that game to keep ourselves within striking distance. We had the lead at halftime. So there are some similarities there. And Mercer played well, as did UT Arlington. So similar in some ways in terms of coming back and trying to get our feet under us, playing against a good opponent, and that opponent taking advantage of some great opportunities. And so there's definitely some similarities there.
Hey, Coach Mark, Soap to Sports Inquirer. Good to see you. Hope everyone is healthy and well. What about, you mentioned the timing and not being sharp. Do you think that contributed to the struggles rebounding the ball, particularly allowing Arlington to get 18 offensive rebounds? Do you think that was a timing thing, or just the guys not being on the court over the past few weeks more consistently?
Yeah, I think some of the credit goes to them, but the reality is, I think it has more to do with the conditioning It's not that we're this great rebounding team, even though Eliel is a good rebounder and Jalen had 12 rebounds, but collectively we played a lot of zone, and a lot of those offensive rebounds that we gave up were against the zone. And we felt like coming into this game, we try to play a little bit more zone because we knew we would play our top guys a lot of minutes. And again, we generally pick up 94 feet. I mean, we weren't able to do that today. They did a good job attacking the zone, and we didn't do a great job rebounding out of it. You know, when you're playing zone, all 5 guys got to get in there, and your guards got to get in there and fight. And we didn't play tough enough. And so I'd like to think if we're in better shape, we do a better job of that. It's not like we've been a great rebounding team all year anyway. But we didn't do enough other things well to compensate for that.
Yeah, in the second half, it kind of seemed like there was a lot of one and dones in offense for you guys, and then UTA was able to get some offensive rebounds or put together maybe a possession the full length of the shot clock and get a good look. So I guess, do you think that's kind of where the game turned there in the second half?
Yeah, I thought, you know what, I thought in the zone they did a good job of, like, you know, some long possessions that we didn't close out, and they either scored or got an offensive rebound and then scored. And so the clock started going against us. And, you know, I wasn't confident that we had enough stamina and conditioning to turn the game in man-to-man, but we had to do it. We got up and got in some pressure and created some stuff and got some runouts and made some shots. And then all of a sudden it became a 2-possession game. And we gave ourselves a little bit of a chance there.
Yeah, Coach, this is Marcel again. You've spoken in the past about the team struggling to hold on to the ball and turning the ball over a lot. Only 5 turnovers in the contest. Is that a positive you can take from this? The team protected the ball and did not give up too many of those opportunities?
Yeah, that's encouraging. You know, even the turnovers we had in the first half were bad turnovers, but we had 5 at halftime. So, and you know, we didn't have a turnover in the second half. So that's good. But, you know, when you give up 18 offensive rebounds, you're still giving some possessions away. And then when you have some possessions where you don't get a great shot, sometimes you might not turn it over, but it has the same effect when you don't get good execution and get a clean shot. And when you get good looks, a lot of times you give yourself opportunities to get some offensive rebounds and some extra possessions. And we didn't do a great job there, but a lot of credit to UTA. They did a good job.
Obviously, you have the game not happening on Saturday now, so you've got a week between games. So does the schedule stay the same? Do you get more opportunities on the court that maybe you wouldn't because you'd be playing a game, or do you keep it as it is because you don't want to change the rhythm up because most weeks you're going to be playing Thursdays and Saturdays?
Well, because we're coming off a pause, you know, it does create an opportunity for us to work back from next Thursday's game and map out a schedule that includes tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, that we can try to become more whole. We can play more 5-on-5. We can get more conditioning. We can work on some things that are a little bit more you know, consistent with the way we've practiced and played from the outset, you know, with this roster. And we've had to tweak and try to do some things differently because it's been inconsistent in terms of who's available from week to week, from game to game. And I think we're looking ahead to a time where we could probably have a more consistent roster, the same guys available, and a routine to go with that. So we should be able to show some improvements here in the weeks to come.